If you're subject to the Conflict of Interest Act as a reporting public office holder, then you face restrictions when it comes to employment and certain other outside activities. You're not allowed to have another job, to practice a profession, or to manage or operate a business or commercial activity. You're not allowed either to serve as a director or an officer in a corporation or organization, or to hold office in a union or a professional association, or you're not allowed either to serve as a paid consultant or to be an active partner in a partnership. These prohibitions are blanket prohibitions. They apply whether or not a conflict of interest is involved. I do have the discretion under the Act to grant exceptions to those prohibitions in 3 specific situations. The first situation relates to the need to engage in employment or the practice of a profession in order to retain any licensing or professional qualifications or standards of technical proficiency. The second situation where I may grant an exemption is if you're a director of a Crown corporation, you may continue or become a director or an officer of a financial or commercial corporation. And thirdly, you may continue as or become a director or officer in an organization of a philanthropic, charitable, or non-commercial nature. Any exceptions that I would grant would be made public. The Conflict of Interest Act does not restrict political activities, however. For example, you're allowed to sit on the board of directors of a political party or riding association, but may have to publicly declare that activity. It's important to note, however, that other acts of Parliament or your departmental policies may impose restrictions on political activities. You should consult these documents to ensure that you can participate in those activities, although they are not prohibited under the Conflict of Interest Act. The Act also does not generally restrict volunteer activities. You therefore may participate in such activities as long as they are not incompatible with your duties as a public office holder. When you're first appointed to public office, you must include in your confidential report information about outside activities in which you engaged in the 2 years prior to your appointment. If you're a minister or a parliamentary secretary, you must also make reasonable efforts to include this information for each member of your family. If you begin a new outside activity after completing the initial compliance process, you have the obligation under the Act to notify my office of this material change within 30 days. As usual, if you fail to provide this information within the deadlines, you are subjecting yourself to an administrative penalty. If you participate in a prohibited activity while in public office, I might issue a compliance order requiring you to cease the prohibited activity. If I have reason to believe that you're engaging in prohibited outside activities, I may also conduct an investigation that I will report on publicly. As usual, for more information on this or any other topic, you should consult our website. And whenever you have a specific question, you should talk to your advisor in our office. Thank you very much.